Maybe we have to get creative. Maybe we, the fans, have to be the ones that force the hand of Michael Bidwill to do something. I'll explain. Welcome back to Cardinals Daily. I'm Eddie Law. If you're already part of the squad, I appreciate you for riding with us since day one. And if you're new here, smash the sub button. It really helps out the channel. And the more we grow, the better content we can bring you guys every single day. Red Sea, let's get right to it. Starting off with, it's getting real hard to find anything positive after watching the Cardinals drop their second straight blowout. This time, 41-22 against the Niners. After that Monday night win over the Cowboys in week 9, it finally felt like we were kind of turning a corner, right? We were stabilizing a little bit. We're not sinking. We're not wobbling. The ship is moving a little bit, at least. It's at least floating. Like Jonathan Gannon might have had, maybe had this thing going in the right direction a little bit. 2 weeks later, forget about it. Done. That illusion is gone. Back-to-back losses by 19 points or more in the NFL means something is fundamentally broken, right? And yes, I know. We're injured everywhere, missing starters. We're missing backups to backups. Guys are playing out of position out of necessity. But here's the truth. Injuries don't excuse bad football. Not in all three phases like we did on Sunday, right? Not for 2 straight weeks. Not when you're, giving up 44 one week and 41 the next. That's not injury bad. That's preparation and execution bad. Once again, the defense and special teams put the Cardinals in a grave before the offense even had a chance to fight their way into the game. It is really odd that we cannot get all three phases to work at least close to the same page. We're not even close to it. So let's talk about the red zone, because that was a complete meltdown. Coming into this game, the Cardinals were actually respectable inside the 20. Top half of the league, bending, not breaking. And then the Niners hit the red zone 5 times, scored 5 times, 4 touchdowns and a field goal. But here's what makes it so much worse. They barely had to try for any of them, right? First one, 98-yard kick return to the 1-yard line. 1-play touchdown at CMC, 16 seconds into the game, we're down 7-0. Next one, 58-yard missed field goal, giving the Niners half the field. They scored in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Then Brissett's interception inside, they get returned to the 14, another easy touchdown. And after the failed onside kick, short field, touchdown. 4 short fields, 4 touchdowns. 7 minutes and 51 seconds total. That's what it took to whoop our ass. That's not on the defense alone. That's complimentary football falling apart in real time. Now, here's the crazy part. If you just looked at the box score, you'd think the Cardinals were in this game. You really would, right? It wouldn't be like we were out of it the entire time. Time of possession, Arizona controlled it. Total yards, 488 to 281. We actually outgained the Niners. Plays run, 71-52. Even third down defense was solid for us. They had more yards at halftime, more yards after 3 quarters. But that's why the saying is true. Stats don't tell the story at all. The scoreboard, as always, will do forever. And the scoreboard says the Cardinals had no answer for big plays. No answer for Christian McCaffrey, and no answer for George Kittle, Brock Purdy. And just no answer, no discipline, no answers whatsoever anywhere. The Niners had 14 plays of 10 yards, gained 10 plus yards, gained more than 200 yards just off explosive plays, walked into the end zone like they owned the building. That basically must change it. I mean, you might as well change the State Farm Stadium to Levi's Jr. Because that's what it was. The game wasn't close. It was barely competitive. Numbers look good. And the numbers that look good were empty calories, right? Just garbage. Now, look. Not everything was a complete disaster. Cody Simon, the rookie, stepped in at linebacker for Mac Wilson and had 12 tackles. Solid. Josh Sweat fought through bumps and bruises and a little bit of an injury. Got a sack. Okay. Walter Nolan III looked mostly active. 2 tackles for a loss. Okay. The defense only committed 3 penalties out of 17. 17 total penalties for this Cardinals team. Now, I was there. I was at the game. Haven't been there, and I should have made that video for you guys, not to make it for tomorrow. But haven't been there. This ref crew was awful, but they didn't screw up 17 times. We messed up most of those. They made some like 3 or 4 terrible calls, sure, but 17 is an insane number. Okay, here's the problem: we forced 0 turnovers. Purdy threw multiple interception-worthy passes. There was like 2 or 3 should have been picked off. No, right? I had a couple Cardinals defensive players hands on the ball and still couldn't get it. Arizona didn't capitalize on any of those interceptable passes. When you're playing a team as good as the Niners, and again, they're as injured as we are. Okay, maybe not as we are, but so they're injured and very, especially on the defense, right? No Nick Bosa, no Fred Warner. They have injuries everywhere. But those two really hurt them. Those are their main guys. And they still whooped our butt, right? You don't get many gifts. When you do, you better take them. Special teams, strap in, because that was bad. In fact, that was probably the worst part of the whole thing. Started with a 98-yard kickoff return to open the game. I mean, the stadium was full of Niner fans. It sounded like we were in freaking San Fran. Then a 42-yard return later on. Blocked the extra point. Blocked the 62-yard field goal. Great. But it didn't count because Calais Campbell hit the snapper. And instead of ending the half down 22-10, Eddie Pinheiro gets a free retry at 4-47. Nails it, 25-10, right? Then the missed 58-yard field goal that set up another Niners touchdown. I'm not saying Chad Ryland sucks, but he's damn sure not good from 58. He's probably decent from like 45 at this point. But either way, a kickoff penalty on Akeem Davis-Gaither, damn. A holding call wiping out a huge Georgia punt return, damn. Punting game inconsistent again. That's not special teams. That's sabotage. There was one play. Bam Knight should have had a touchdown earlier. I think he had one later, but he should have had 2 touchdowns, I guess, in this game. And it got called back for holding. I think it was holding or illegal shift or some bull. It's garbage. Just lack of discipline, lack of coaching. Again, Jonathan. This is sabotage at this point. This feels intentional. Like maybe maybe Gannon or Petzing or somebody is on somebody else's on the Niners on somebody's payroll that says just keep screwing these guys. Screw them. Who cares? That's how bad it is. That's how it feels. I feel like we're being sabotaged at this point. That's how bad everything has been going for the Cardinals. All right. We're 3-7 and we're trending downward fast. We're underdogs next week against the Jags in our house. Okay. Jags they're not great, but they're also not bad either. They're solid. Okay. This isn't just one bad week. It's not bad luck. It's not just injuries. It's systemic. It's how it's set up. It's how it's worked. Although it's not working, it's just moving, right? But it's a systemic issue. The defense is giving up explosive plays. Special teams is giving up all the points and playing awful. Like if they didn't spend yesterday and today and tomorrow working on tackling, I don't know what we're doing because they couldn't tackle worth a damn, right? The offense, for all the yards they had, still turning the ball over in at the worst times. And again, Jacoby had to throw the ball 57 times for 47 completions. Great, NFL record, woohoo, he doesn't care, right? But he had to throw so many times, like a pick or two were inevitable, and he got 2 of them. All of it adds up to the same conclusion. This team is not close to contending, not close to competing within our own division. We're last. Not close to where we thought we would be in year 3 of this new regime. And unless something changes now, immediately, whether it's preparation, discipline, or freaking personnel, this is going to be a long and painful final stretch because it does not get easier from here on, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the comment section, folks. Are you done watching this team, at least this season? Or are you going to, like me, suffer through it and hope we make some real moves in the offseason? Because as much as I would love to stop watching this team and everything, I am not going to be those ones that comes back when they start being good. Because hell no. I've been a diehard fan forever. I will be a diehard fan forever. Bottom line, folks, we gotta put feet to the fire here. We got to hold these people accountable. We need to send a message, right? It is damn time to stop accepting low quality football. It's time to stop shrugging and say, well, we're rebuilding. It's time to stop letting this organization off the hook every single time things fall apart. Because what we watched the last few weeks, it's not rebuilding. It's damn sure not development. It's not culture building, Johnny. This is awful, terrible, crappy football, period. And until the fans push back, the message sent to the ownership is simple. You can give us whatever product you want. We'll take it. Well, guess what? We need to end that now. Okay? For decades, the Bidwills have relied on one thing more than anything else. Cardinal fans were being too damn loyal, we're too patient, and we're sure too damn forgiving. Right? Every rebuild is just a little longer. Every coaching staff needs just a little more time. Every season is part of the process. Meanwhile, the product doesn't change for anything. Blowouts, penalties, unprepared teams, zero accountability. The same cycle on repeat every single year. And do you know why the cycle keeps repeating? Because the ownership knows that Cardinals fans will show up anyway. They'll buy tickets anyway. They'll buy jerseys anyway. They'll watch every game anyway. And it's time to flip the script. It's time to make the front office uncomfortable. Okay? And again, they do lean on and they make quite a bit off of away fans coming in from out of town, or the fact that in Arizona, and if you live here, you know damn well as much as I do that nobody is from here. Everyone here is a transplant, and they're not changing loyalties for anybody, right? Everyone talks about, oh, Pittsburgh Steelers, and all that stuff. Why do you leave Pittsburgh? Because it sucks. But you come here because it's great weather for the most part. But you don't change teams, and I don't expect you to change teams. But that's what the Bidwills are hanging on to, the fact that nobody's from here. Guess what the Raiders ownership is doing? Even if they suck, we'll say, dude, they're awful. They're awful. By the way, Kyler Murray, my guess, you're going to be a Raider. Probably. We'll see. But that's for another topic another day. Probably for the offseason. But they're doing the same thing. Nobody's from Vegas. Right? So even if the Raiders suck, people are still buying tickets because they're in Vegas. It's a Vegas thing. They come in from out of town. They make a week of it. They watch their team whoop the Raiders on Sunday or on Monday or whenever, and then they book out. The only force that changes franchises in the NFL, it seems like, especially bad ones, is the fan base. Look around the league. Detroit fans stopped accepting misery. They got change. Bills fans demanded a modern front office. Got one. Browns fans revolted loudly, and ownership eventually cleaned house. Now, it hasn't worked out well, right? It hasn't worked out well. Stefanski might be, once Brian Daboll was out, Stefanski might be the worst coach in the NFL outside of Jonathan Gannon. I said it. But that's a Browns thing, so go find the Browns show for that one. All right, but Browns fans, I feel you. All right. Bottom line, in Arizona, we're treated like background noise, right? Treated like we'll swallow any excuse handed to us. Every single week, Jonathan Gannon, it's on me. It's on me, because he knows we'll just be like, yeah, it's on you. It's on you, yeah. You know what Philly fans would be doing? They'd be finding, and I'm not saying do this. Do not do this, okay? But they would be getting super personal with that dude. Let's just put it that way. Super disrespectful with that guy. Nick Sirianni can won the Eagles a Super Bowl, all right? And they still, right away the next season, just going after the dude. You know? And I mean, he did it before too with Doug Peterson, one with Jason Kelsey and Nick Foles and everything, right? And he got run out of town immediately. Philly does not put up with bull at all, but we damn sure do, don't we? You want better football? You want results? You want a franchise that actually acts like it gives a damn about winning? We have to raise the standard. We have to raise the expectation. We got to raise the noise, because right now, ownership hears silence, and silence equals acceptance and money in their pocket. They do not care that the team's bad. They still make money hand over fist, whether the team's bad or not. And let me be clear. This isn't anger aimed at one player or one coach. It's not. It's the entire organization. The standards are terrible. This is year 3 of Gannon Ossenfort. Year 3 is supposed to look competitive and show vast improvement. It's not supposed to show back 19-point blowouts, losses, franchise record penalties, special team meltdowns, the defense giving up 40 points freaking weekly now, players calling out lack of details, 0 fight in divisional games. This team looks less prepared than last year, less physical, less disciplined, damn sure less competitive, right? If Cardinal fans don't draw the line now, the franchise will happily tell you, trust the process, give it more time, be patient. Hell no. Enough patience. When are we getting some accountability? Here's the part that stinks. The Cardinals have one of the most loyal, passionate fan bases in football, and the ownership knows it. They know this loyalty is unconditional, right? It's why mediocrity has lasted this long. It's why losing seasons pile up like laundry at this point. It's why nothing ever seems to change at the top. But imagine this message hitting Michael Bidwill. Produce a competitive product, or we stop showing up. Fix your front office, or ticket sales will drop. Stop accepting incompetence, or we won't pay for it. That's when things are going to change. That's when ownership is going to panic, and that's when the coaching staffs get held to real standards. That's when the franchise stops hiding behind excuses when the fans have leverage. And we do. We just don't use it. Right? I always tell people, vote with your wallet. Not your mouth, your wallet. The Cardinals will never become a championship-level franchise until the fan base demands it. That's what it feels like, right? We don't have to ask for it or hope for it. We got to demand it. We got to stop settling. Stop accepting blowouts. Stop applauding effort in 40-point losses. Stop letting this franchise get on by rebuilding forever. This is the NFL, man. Standards matter. Expectations matter. Pressures matters. We as Cardinal fans deserve better. I think you will all agree on that. You might not agree with anything I'm saying right now, but I think you will damn sure agree with that. We deserve better than this garbage. And we're not going to get it. Not unless we force the organization to change, right? You raise the bar, you raise your voice, you raise the expectations. Because the moment this fan base shows ownership that it won't tolerate garbage, low quality football anymore, I think that's going to be the moment that the franchise finally admits, or at least it starts, right, climbing out of the hole it's been for 30 years. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You tell me in the comments. Are you exhausted as a Cardinals fan as I am of losing every freaking year? Because all I could think of every time I leave the damn stadium is that poor drunk fella coming out of the dog pound in the Cleveland Stadium screaming, "I'm sick and tired of effing losing." That clip burned in my brain since the day I saw it. That's us now. Sick and tired of fucking losing. That's it. That's where we're at. Quick draft spot update. If the season ended today, the Cardinals would be sitting around the 10th overall pick in the 2026 NFL draft. That's right in the middle of that you're bad, but not bad enough to draft elite talent kind of zone. Right? Not a great place to be. At this point, might as well start tanking. Right? At 3-7, we're not like the worst. Right? There's a handful of teams, including the Titans, who had the number one pick last year. They might get it this year again. They're going to get an edge rusher out of Miami, probably. This killer, I forgot the kid's name, but he's good. Probably going to get him. But either way. Should have gotten Carter. But, Carter's falling asleep in Giants walkthroughs, so he didn't even get to play the first drive. But not here nor there. We're not bottom feeders, but we're damn sure getting there. Right? But we're also nowhere near the pack of competitive wildcard teams. So picking around 10th makes perfect sense for us at this point. And honestly, it might end up even higher if this slide continues, which I don't see an end to at all. I would love to give you guys ideas on who we should focus on in the first round, but man, we have holes everywhere. I'll have some names for you next week after we see how this Jacksonville game goes, which, by the way, we're underdogs at home again, and I'm not surprised at all. But it is what it is. Comment section. Who do you think we should draft? If we stay in the 10th, let's put 10, 11, 12, or maybe 9, 10, 11, 12. If we stay in that area, somehow we win a couple games here the rest of the way. We win a couple games. Who do you want to see the Cardinals draft? Me personally, I want to see O-line. One of my receivers is like an Ibuki. What was that kid by Ohio State from that's killing it, the rookie that's killing it for the Buccaneers? Get that dude. I think he was teammates with friggin' Marvin actually. But get that kid like that. We have holes everywhere, man. I don't even know what to start. Well, you know where I don't want to see? I don't even know what to tell you about quarterbacks, man. Like, I like that Mendoza kid, but I don't care for Arch Manning. There's a couple kids out there. I don't know. I'm going to have to do like a draft-only show one of these days. But tell me in the comment section, who do you want to see us draft? Because we need some ideas at this point. Maybe we start sending these to Monty. Do his job for him. Maybe that's what we need to do, as fans. Yeah. What are you going to do? That, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it for this Tuesday episode of Cardinals Daily. I'm Eddie Law. Please don't forget to hit the sub button. Tell your friends about us. Come hang out. Come be mad with me. Come get mad with me. Come hang out in the conversation and you tell me if you agree with my takes or if they're garbage. But if you're as upset about this as I am, come hang out. Hit the sub button. Get in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the bell. Don't forget to hit the like. Leave a comment. I will see you guys all tomorrow for another Cardinals Daily. Bird Gang, we're in it now. Go Cards.